Hello viewers, welcome to my channel, Sensor 360 Investor. Today I'm going to do a little bit of an educational video, and we are going to focus on the equities investor. So within our 360-degree framework, the area we're going to focus in is going to be equities and longer term investing. So before we begin, quick word about the disclaimer. This channel is not providing financial advice. Please pause, read, and then continue. Thank you. So without much further ado, let's begin the show. And we're going to start by looking at the economic framework. And to help us understand that, we're going to take a look at the gross national product formula and its components. So the GNP, which is the short name for gross national product, is actually made up of multiple areas. And the full formula is it's made of consumption, to which we add investments, to which we add government spending, to which we add exports, and then we take away imports. So this is the basic formula on how GNP is calculated. Within this, so if we look at consumption, so this is stuff that you and I buy. So this is going to be anything. So what's tracked stuff like television and purchases and cars, food, furniture, clothes, medical fees, doctors, restaurants, dining out. So it's money is where we spend our money. So that's consumption. Now, over different periods of time, these formulas do change, things do move in and out, but broadly, these are the components that are in there. If we look at investments, investments are going to include opening up of factories, building of computers, jet planes, apartment buildings, and housing. Within the government components, we're looking at military expenditure, so tanks and fighter craft and bombers, ships, infrastructure like roads and schools, space, so NASA's budget. On exports, we're looking at things like that stuff that we ship as. It could be agricultural stuff like corn and wheat, machinery, cars, scientific instruments, computers, planes, and then stuff that we don't make here that we have to import. Also include like fancy cars, computers, chips, electronics, and oil. So those are the different parts of the components that make up the formula. There is one other area that needs to be included, that needs to be looked at, and that is inflation, which is a hot topic these days. And here we're looking at inflationary pressures and deflationary pressures, and they're weighting on the in the indexes around PPI and CPI. If we now drill down a little bit into what are the key areas you can look at. So for GNP, you can look at employment and the leading economic indicators, which is a basket of indicators that kind of lead what the economy is going to do. And under consumption, can definitely take a look at car sales, and that's been a big topic of du jour in terms of new car sales and used car sales. And investments, housing starts and factory orders are critical. Under government construction spending, so we know recently there was a big infrastructure bill in the works. And under exports, you can track commodities being exported, and under imports, we can track items like oil imports and electronics coming from abroad. So this kind of gives you a landscape of even an idea on how to construct long-term portfolios, which I'll do a separate video on. And then for if you're new and you're not really used to watching and tracking investment economic indicators, so here's a place to start. So each month various reports come out. So I've pulled out the ones that you should probably begin to look at. So definitely, so these are probably most critical: employment, housing starts and building permits, and then durable goods orders and factory orders. So this kind of indicates, the how well the economy is beating. So if these are good, doing well, the economy is usually in growth and expansion mode, along with industry production, and then on the highest level GNP, as to how the country as a whole is doing. Then we can also take a look at two more indicators, PPI and CPI. That tells us how we're faring with inflation, whether that's rising, declining, or holding, or coming in hot. So hopefully, a good understanding of these reports will help you to get your finger on the pulse about where the economy is, and then from there you can figure out where in the economic cycle we are. And once you can figure that out, then you can start to figure out how you should be constructing your portfolios to take advantage of the economic cycles that we find ourselves in. Okay, so that is a very quick introduction to economic indicators, especially if you're a long-term investor, and it is something that you should pay attention to. It will help you to make better decisions with your portfolio investments as to where you should be investing, what to invest in, and when to make those changes. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I will see you in the next good video. Goodbye for now.